Well, here you go, everyone. Josh the Collector Guy. Hope you all have had an awesome week this week, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've been able to find some awesome cars to add to your collections out there. Hope you've had an awesome week. Well, this is my finds for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Got plenty of great cars to share with you. Got some awesome stuff here off my man mate. Was glad to see him again yesterday after not seeing him last week at my diecast meet. Awesome collector's case off eBay. And these guys just here we shall start off with. These have been hanging around for a little while. They've been very, very patient to get their time in one of my videos, and I hadn't forgotten about them, that's for sure, because they've been around on my desk for a week or so now. So I shall share them with you now. Managed to score these off eBay. Got the Olds 442, the old Fire Chief, I think she's called, or Fire Cruiser, one or the other. I should know, shouldn't I? Love the Olds 442 castings. I certainly would love to get the Olds one from, I think, the 1970s in the Spectraflame paint job, but I think I'll be wishing for a little while now, because they are quite rare to get, even loose. No, and even you can forget about a carded one, I reckon, but quite hard to get loose, and even in any condition they always go for a big price. But like the ones from the old Enamel era, from the 70s and that, really beautiful car. The Olds 442, and this one replaces the bit of the Beetle one I had for quite a while now. She didn't have a tampo on the side and that, so quite happy with that. And I think there's a variation as well with a light bar on the roof. I think there's a blue bubble, you could say. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I think there is one hanging around somewhere, but don't think I've found it yet. She's in pretty good condition as well. She shall go with the Blackwall version I have, which is also in pretty decent shape. Another Seaside. I haven't got one of these ones for a little while. I love my Seasiders, just like I love my Sky Shows and my Camaros, you name it. Really happy to get another one for the collection. It's kind of been a big drought since my last Seasider. I think that it'd go back a couple of months now at least. Unfortunately, she's missing the boat, but at this stage I'm happy with the way she looks. She still looks really awesome, with or without a boat, but I hope to track one down one day. An original one, that's for sure. I'm not really into the reproduction stuff, but sometimes you just gotta have it. She's in pretty good shape as well, in my opinion. Very nice indeed. I love my Seasiders. And another Rrumbler. Yes, I think Dad and I have been going pretty well with our Rrrumblers so far for the last couple of months. Got the straightaway. Haven't had haven't got an example of this one in the collection until now. Oh, made in Mexico in the yellow and the blue number 6 rider, and got the old tracks as well. So she's all complete and really decent shape as well. Really happy with that. Dad and I love our Rrrumblers, and they're always lots of fun to collect, just like the Redlines, the Blackwalls, you name it. It's always a lot of fun to find. So very happy with that one indeed. Glad to find more complete Rrrumblers than the ones without tracks or the riders, but I'm sure they're not too hard to track down. I know the tracks by themselves do sell for like $20 or so, if not more, depending on the tracks. I think there's a bow one as well. That one's quite hard to get, and I think there's clear sort of ones as well. I could be wrong, but yeah, there's lots of different rare variations for the Rrrumblers you got to keep your eyes open on. So that's one part of the eBay haul. Also, pop-up case. I know Mr. Hot Wheels Costa Rica, old Dave's got one of these, and ever since I saw one in his video I thought I must track one of those down. It's a 12-car case. You can have the straight pieces of track shooting along here, pretty much how the artwork looks on the front there. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. That's one of the many reasons why I love collecting the vintage Hot Wheels. The beautiful artwork, the awesome cars, and all the products they made for it back then. Really, really awesome indeed. As you can see, the track's missing, but I'm sure I can track that down in the future. Looks like an old part of an old racetrack. You probably could have had, I think there's a picture here anyway. Yeah, you can hook it up to one of your tracks. Would have been lots of fun, I imagine. And she's made in the good old USA as well, so that always makes me happy when I see that. And on the back as well, you got a bit of a list to write down the cars you have. Pretty decent shape as well in this case. I was very happy to find one and made a best offer to the seller and he accepted it. So that's always good when there's a buy it now, a best offer in my opinion. Because sometimes when you try with bids and that, you're not always lucky and always get it your way. But very happy nevertheless. Always wanted something like that in the collection, and certainly will probably try and track down more if I can, or other different cases, because it's good to get a bit of variety in the collection in my opinion, but I'm always in dire need of cases, so I'm sure I'll probably fill that up within 5 minutes. Now to the stuff off my man mate. Dad and I went to see him yesterday. It was great to see him again. Had a laugh and a joke when we were there and talking about what we have found recently. It was really great to see him again. And this is what I found off him. Got two really awesome books here. This one's a Hot Wheels Collector's Guide. As you can see, I'm flicking through it that fast and not showing you anything. The old scorchers there, very hard to get. Got a few, well, it's got pretty well documented. It's got lots of different years in it. It's pretty much got, I think, from the very beginning, 68, right up until, I think, the very late 80s, I would say. The old Grand Toros, the old Maybe toys, I think that is. They're quite rare to get as well. Even some track sets and that. The old parking plates. We shall flick to the front. Would love to find some more 74 cards. I would have to say that probably is my most favourite card art ever out of the Hot Wheels. And the old ones from 73 as well. That is beautiful, that card art too. And the old 60s ones as well. Some quite rare cars in here. Even carded ones as well. What you could only just dream of finding. But some people are luckier than others to find them, I guess. And willing to pay a lot more than I would. But yeah, that's a very awesome book. Got that for a pretty good price off him. And got this one as well. This one's from, I think, 89. So very, very late 80s. It's pretty much, I think, a tribute, I think, to all the collectors or something like that. I'm not really sure. It has it all written in there. I was reading it last night, and as you can see, I took it in really well. It's a special collector's edition book anyway, and it's got pretty awesome design there of the Cannonade, I think that one is. Pretty much cars all right through from the years, and some collector's tips and information on them and everything like that, which is really cool. The almighty Skyshane just there. It goes right through the years. Really great pictures as well. Nice colour photos, and the old comic there. Don't find too many of those. I know I've got one in my box somewhere. Really awesome book indeed. I remember he had another one as well, but I think he had already sold it, so I don't think I'll see another one of these anytime soon, and I shall have a little read of it whenever I get a spare time, because it's quite interesting looking back at all the old Hot Wheels from back then right up until the very late 80s. Lots of great castings in there. Certainly would love to find a Redline Chevy Monza. So a really nice book. If any of you guys and girls out there come across any of these two books, I highly recommend you add them to your collection, because they're quite good references and also a good read as well, because flicking through you see all the great cards and all the great cars made over the years by Hot Wheels. But continuing on now, Dad was on this one off while we were there, the old Rodzilla. Remember this one from when I was a kid in the chrome. I think it had the same Ultra Hot Wheels as well. And pretty much mint on card as well. Got that for a good deal off my man mate as always. Very happy with that indeed. The card's in absolute immaculate condition. It's like as if you just went to the shop and bought it. Really cool, really nice fantasy car. In my opinion, that was when the fantasy cars were really decent, not like the ones today. But that is my opinion. And last but not least, these three beautiful Redlines just here. And as you probably noticed, they're all Can-Am cars. Got the red Ford J car just here, the old green one. And funnily enough, I already had these two in the collection, which I was a bit disappointed at. But still got them for a good price off my man mate. And I don't mind doubling up on some cars sometimes. And the old McLaren M6A, and going through one of my boxes the other day looking at all my Redlines and that, I stumbled across a whole heap of my Can-Am cars, and I thought, well, I shall put them in one of my collector's cases so I know exactly where they are. And I think I got bitten by a bug, and it happens to be the old McLaren bug just there. Got a few colours of her so far in the Lolas, but what a beautiful car. As you can see, all the different colours, well, a few of the colours she came out with back in the day. Lots of beautiful colours as well, and I think I'm kind of starting to look for them as well now. As you can see, I've got a much better condition enamel orange one, which is the colour she was raced in back in the day. I think Denny Hulme and Bruce McLaren drove them back in the late 60s, and I believe the M6As were powered by Chevrolet engines as well, so I'm certainly going to be tracking more down. And even the Ford J car, that's quite a nice car as well. Got some awesome ones in here as well. The Porsche 917, one of my most favourite Can-Am cars. Same with the Ferrari 312, and the old Ford Mark IV is not a bad looking car as well, but I would have to say the old Chaparral 2G is my personal favourite Can-Am car, of course, but they're all beautiful cars. It's amazing seeing what they came up with back in those days to take to the track, and it's just amazing in my opinion. Some of the most beautiful race cars as well, absolutely awesome. Well, got them for a good deal off my mad mate, and also he threw in the old McLaren button as well, what goes with the orange one there. I was pretty happy about that. Absolutely beautiful car as well, and the button's in really nice shape as well. So that's pretty much my haul for this week, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you did enjoy. Thank you to you all for your kind comments. Excuse me, each and every week. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for saying you enjoy the videos. I really do appreciate it, because I enjoy all your comments, your likes, whatever. I appreciate each and every one of you who tune into my videos each week and leave kind comments or do whatever, even if you just sit there and listen to what I have to say. I thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Well, that is it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you did enjoy, and remember, as always, everyone, happy hunting, keep the hobby strong. See you later, everyone. Have an awesome week.